It's great to be with you all today. I have a question. How many of you have ever wanted to be able to show up in a room, 100% you, not questioning how you need to appear, how you need to act, how you need to be accepted? Raise your hand. Oh yeah, happens to us all the time. How many of you actually go to a conference, for example, and walk into a room and scan the room and wonder about, oh, who am I going to meet? Are they going to like me? Are we going to have anything in common, right? How am I going to fit in? You know, it's interesting. We as women do this a lot, okay? And I realized a number of weeks ago, I was actually on a call. It was a Speaking Your Brand call, as a matter of fact. And on that call, the question was asked, Carol Cox asked us this question. She asked the group, when are you most comfortable when you're speaking? And I immediately thought, I am most comfortable when I can show up and be myself. Whatever that is, right? And then I thought about a time a couple months before where I had done a presentation and it didn't feel good. And you know why? I wasn't being myself. I had a pretty little sheath dress on. I had the perfect shoes. I had the makeup all done. And I just wanted to be me. Not that I couldn't be me in what I was wearing, but I was trying to memorize my talk, all the things to make sure that everything was perfect. Well, there is no perfection, but there is unique and authentic and us. And so, why is this important? Why is it important to be able to show up as your authentic self? Well, as a leadership coach, I work with women who are wanting to identify the things that are holding them back from being their best self as a leader, and to identify their strengths so that they can build on them. And so to do this, I use something called the leadership circle. Let me show you, just illustrate. Okay? And the leadership circle is a 360 assessment that tells you in the results where you are being creative in your leadership and where you are being reactive in your leadership. Why is this important? Everything above the line, your creative leadership, those are aspects of leadership that are positively correlated to leadership effectiveness. What this means is that the higher these capabilities are, the better you are as a leader, the more effective you are as a leader. On the bottom half, the more reactive you are, the more it holds your leadership back and impacts your behavior, your leadership negatively. And so being yourself, your authentic, courageous self, is actually one of the pieces of the leadership circle profile. It is important to show up and to be your courageous, authentic self. That's part of the whole picture. In addition to that, there's a section that is based on relationships. There's a section based on your self-awareness and your ability to learn and be reflective on yourself. There's a section about being strategic as a leader and getting things done and being decisive. All of these are positively correlated to leadership effectiveness. Things like not being yourself, protecting your image, controlling the situation, right? I told you when I had done that previous presentation, I wanted everything to be perfect. I was protecting, I was controlling, I was trying to comply to fit in, all reactive leadership behaviors. This is why this is so important. So again, when I asked how many of you would like to be able to feel like you can step up and step in as your authentic self? Raise your hand again. Let me see that. Yes, absolutely. So are you curious to see where you might show up on this leadership circle profile? If you're curious, I want to offer to you a free assessment. It's an individual assessment of the leadership circle profile. It's a free version. And once you get that report back, I'm also going to offer you my link to my calendar so that you can go on and make an appointment for 30 minutes and let's talk about what shows up. How creatively authentic or how courageously authentic are you being? How are you protecting, controlling, and complying? This assessment is actually normed against more than 250,000 global leaders. And it's valid, and it's reliable, and it's based in research. This is in Kris's idea of what is good. So I offer that to you. You have my information. Send me an email. I'll send you the link to the free assessment, and we'll go from there. But what is most important, claim your uniqueness, be courageous, be authentic, and lead well. Thanks, everybody.